May I have your attention, please? All right, students, listen up, listen up. Let's get started. All right, students, today's lesson topic will be the cell. When we look at the cell, we'll be talking about the different types of cell, their functions, and different things like that. Um, we'll be covering Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards for Science, which is Foundations of Biology 3.1, compare and contrast prokaryotic, eukaryotic, and plant, animal, and bacterial cells. And we'll also be covering standard FB 3.2, use models to investigate and explain structures within living cells that support life. All right, the objective that we will be covering today is given a diagram of a cell. The students will be able to identify and explain the parts of the cell and explain their characteristics. All right. Okay, to begin with, first of all, I want to know, what are cells? What are cells? Who can tell me what are cells? Anybody? Javaris, what are cells? Okay, yes, that's correct. Cells are the simplest form of life. What else can you tell me about cells? Anybody? All right, go ahead, tell me. Yes, cells make up humans and plants. Yeah, you're right. What else do they make up? Okay, you're right. They make up bacteria cells. They make up bacteria. So you have bacteria cells. Yes, I did talk about that. I just told you that what we were talking about it in the objectives. All right. Well, to begin with, you will start with this anticipation guide, and we'll just see basically what you already know and what you suffer with, your problems that you have. All right. Okay, we're finna work on completing this. All right. Follow along in your guides. Okay. Mark the correct answer, or mark the answer that you feel is correct. Question number 1. Some parts of living things are not made of cells. Is that true, false, or I'm sure on my answer? I'm unsure of my answer. So with this, you're going to mark true or false, and then you'll mark I'm sure of my answer and I'm not sure, I'm unsure of my answer. All right, you're going to mark 2 answers. First one again, some parts of living things are not made of cells. Question number 2. All living things are made of more than one cell. All living things are made of more than one cell. Let's pay attention now. Next question. All animal cells are basically round or oval in shape. All animal cells are basically round or oval shape. Next question. All plant cells are basically rectangular in shape. All plant cells are basically rectangular in shape. Next question. Next statement. Cells make materials for their own use. Cells make materials for their own use. Now, mark the answer you feel. Now, don't look perplexed. Don't look like you don't know. If you don't know, you will know. That's the purpose of this. Trying to see where you're set, what you know, so we can teach you what you need to know, and then from that you will know what you need to know. All right. Next statement. Cells don't have a way to eliminate waste products. Cells don't have a way to eliminate waste products. All right, Michael, pay attention now. Michael, pay attention. And the last statement is, all cells get energy from breaking down food. All cells get energy from breaking down food. All right. Everybody has it. Everybody has completed. Okay. All right. You should all have your notebooks out, ready to work. So we're going to cover some key terms. I passed them out so that you can keep up with the terms. So we're ready? Okay. Key vocabulary terms that we're using in this lesson are nucleus, nucleolus, cell wall, cell membrane, chloroplast, cytoplasm, vacuole, mitochondrion, ribosomes, lysosomes, Golgi bodies, chromosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, cytoskeleton, and nuclear membrane. It's 15 words. Key vocabulary. We will cross these words throughout this unit. We will talk about the functions of each of these and where they're located and which type of cells they're located in. All right? Okay. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. All right? Nucleus is the control center of the cell. When you look at the nucleus, think of the brain. The brain is the control center of the body. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. Nucleolus, the area of the cell where ribosomes are made. The nucleolus is the area of the cell where ribosomes are made. Then you have cell wall. Cell wall it surrounds the plant cell and gives it support. Now listen at this. It surrounds the plant cell and gives it support. So it only surrounds the plant cell. Cell wall surrounds the plant cell. All right. Cell membrane, a protective covering, and it's a protective covering, and it regulates interaction between the cell and its environment. So when we think of that, protective covering regulates interaction between the cell and its environment, think about the skin. All right. Chloroplast. It manufactures food in the plant cell through photosynthesis. Now, says cell wall, plant cell. Now here it is, chloroplast. It deals with the plant cell. Manufactures food in the plant cell through photosynthesis. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, a gel-like material inside the cell where most of the cell's life processes take place. When you look at the cytoplasm, think about the human body and the guts, the veins, the arteries, the organs, the cell wall, skin, cell membrane, skin. The cytoplasm, the inside. All right. Next up, vacuole. It's the storage place for water, waste, and other cellular materials. Mitochondrion releases energy from digested food. Releases energy from digested food. Well, with the mitochondrion, when you're thinking about a city, think about the power plant. That's where you get your power from. All right? Ribosomes produce protein in the cell. Ribosomes, they produce protein in the cell. All right? Malachi, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention. Lysosomes. They contain digestive chemicals that help break down food molecules. Lysosomes, they contain digestive chemicals that help break down food molecules. All right. Next up, we have the Golgi body. They package and transmit cellular material throughout the cell. Golgi bodies. They package and transmit cellular materials throughout the cell. Chromosomes. They contain the code that controls the cell and transmit hereditary characteristics. Think about DNA. They're genetic materials. Genetic materials. Chromosomes contains the code that controls the cell and transmits hereditary characteristics. Then endoplasmic reticulum. It's the place where materials are processed and moved around inside the cell. So it's transport. Transport. Think about a factory. You bring it in, you process it, you make it, and then you ship it out. So endoplasmic reticular factory. Cytoskeleton. This deals with the animal cell. It helps the animal cell maintain its shape and move. Cytoskeleton. It helps the animal cell maintains its shape and move. And the final vocabulary word, nuclear membrane. It allows certain substances to pass between the nucleus and the rest of the cell. So it's a membrane. It's a border. It keeps things in, let things out of the nucleus. All right. So, at this point, we will be looking at the student reading handout that you received. Handout with the titles Plant and Animal Cells, Cell Basics, also in Spotlight on Organelles. See those? Yes. Okay. With this, you have your reading notes. So you have your reading notes with you, right? So what you do with those reading notes, you notice there are blanks throughout the notes where you must fill in the keywords or phrases, all right? You will find those phrases in the student reading handouts, all right? You find those phrases in those handouts. What you will do when you read those readings, you will read for understanding. You will read to gain knowledge, to be able to answer those questions in those packs, all right? And what those packs will do then help you to study the information, all right? So you follow, they're guided reading notes, so they guide your reading, all right? You will have 10 minutes to complete those notes. You may begin. Mariah, you should be working. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? All right. There should be no talking. This assignment should be completed on your own. Michelle, you should be looking on your own paper now. Zavaris, you have your hand up? Okay, here I come. All right, students. All of the information that's in the packet is actually in the readings. You have to read it. You have to read it. You can't just skim over it. You have to read the content. You have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You'll have 1 minute left. You should be finishing up. 1 minute left. You should be finishing up. All right. Now, students, you will partner up for about 3 minutes and discuss with your classmates on what you got from the reading, and then we'll come back together and then we'll discuss different topics and different key things that we need to look at. All right, and we'll answer the questions. So everybody on the first and second, everybody on the second row should partner with the person that is sitting in front of you on the first row. Everybody on the fourth row should partner with the person sitting in front of them on the third row. All right, you have 3 minutes to discuss and look at your answers together. Are we discussing what we're supposed to be? All right, y'all should be still discussing. You have 1 minute left. All right, all right. You have your attention. Everybody facing forward again. You have your attention. All right. Let's start with the questions on cell basics. And who wants to take the first question? Most organisms on Earth are blank organisms. Who wants that question? Monica. Yeah, go ahead, Monica. Okay, your answer is correct. Most organisms on Earth are single cell or unicellular. All right. Organisms. All right. So, when we say unicellular, what do we mean? Yes, that's correct. Single cell. That means organisms are composed of a single cell. In your own words, what do you think semi-permeable means? Semi-permeable. Anybody have that? Anybody have that? Think about it. Think about it. Javaris. So you say semi-permeable means some things can go through, but not all things? That's correct. That's the membrane. If a membrane is semi-permeable, that means only certain things can go through it. You are correct. All right, question number 3. The genetic material in a eukaryote is found in the blank of the cell, and in prokaryotes, it is found in the blank. So that's a eukaryotic cell or prokaryotic cell. So in a eukaryotic cell or in a eukaryote is found in what, Michelle? That is correct. The nucleus. Sharon. What about the prokaryotic cell or the prokaryote? Floating all around? What do you mean by all around? Floating all around in the cell. So if it's floating all the way around in the cell, what is it floating in? Think about your keywords. Think about your keywords. Jelly-like substance in the cell. What is that? David, what you say? Cytoplasm. That's correct. It's floating around in the cytoplasm. All right. Cells are mostly made up of A, cytoplasm, B, organelles, C, water, D, other cells. All right, all right. Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Malachi, let's go. Water, correct. In this reading, you will note that it states that cells are composed of about 2/3 water. Two-thirds of a cell is water. That's correct. All right. And who wants number 5? Most cells can only be seen with a blank. Don't holler it out. Don't holler it out. Tanya. That's right. A microscope. A microscope. Okay. Moving on. List 3 main differences between plants and animal cells. 3 main differences between plant and animal cells. All right, all right. Tony, give me the first one. That's correct, cell wall. Give me another one. David. Chloroplast. Correct, correct. And we said the cell wall does what? It protects. It's like the skin. What does the chloroplast do? Correct. Makes the food, photosynthesis. And what's the third one? Anybody? Anybody? Come on now. Let's talk to me. Talk to me. Who wants it? Who wants it? No, Javaris, you've answered enough right now. Let's give somebody else a chance. Okay, Malachi, you can go this time. Central vacuoles. Why is it central vacuoles? Okay, think about it like this. When you have the plant cell and the animal cell, they both have vacuoles, but the plant cell has what we call a central vacuole. And what it does is it deals with it's in the center of the plant, and that's where the water, when it comes from the roots, and when the plant sucks up the water with its roots, it comes so it can go out to the rest of the cells. So it goes into the central vacuoles. And hold on. The plant cell has a central vacuole. It needs all the water for the cell to survive. And what it does is those vacuoles are larger than animal vacuoles, all right? Animal cell vacuoles. So, central vacuoles, all right? The next question. Describe the difference in how plants and animals get their energy. All right? Let's go. Who wants that? Who wants it? Not everybody raising. Everybody. Come on now. Give me somebody. All right, Tony, let's go. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you this question. Where do plants get their energy from? Okay, photosynthesis, right. Okay, Monica, where do animals' cells get their energy from? Food energy, that's correct. So if they eat food, photosynthesis is creating food for the plant. Animal cells eat food. So that's the differences, all right? That's the difference in how plants and animals obtain energy. Okay. Now let's move on to the next. That's we're looking at organelles. Okay. Nucleus. The nucleus. What is the function of the nucleus? All right. I'm waiting. You're right. It's the brain of the cell. It contains DNA and everything, and it is responsible for the growth, reproduction, and all the activities of the cell. You're correct. It's the brain. What part of the nucleus provides protection? Someone, give it to me. Give it to me. I'm waiting. Okay, you're correct. The nuclear membrane. Next up, are animal eukaryotic or prokaryotic organisms? Think about it. All right, that's correct. Animals are eukaryotic cells, have eukaryotic cells, or eukaryotic organisms. All right. Why? Okay, yes, that's correct. They have a nucleus, and their organelles are not free float. Their DNA not free floating in their cell. It's found in the nucleus. Okay. All right. So, when we think about it, key things, quick questions. Are most organisms on Earth are what type of organism? Unicellular, correct. The genetic material in a eukaryote is found in the what? The nucleus, correct. Prokaryotic cells, correct. They're found floating in the cytoplasm. All right, cells are mostly made up of what? Water, correct. Most cells can only be seen with the what? Who? Give it to me. Microscope. That's correct. All right. And the nucleus is the what of the cell? Brain, correct. It does what to the cell? Helps with growth, reproduction, all right, and the activities of the cell, all right. How do plants and animals feed themselves? Plant cells and animal cells feed themselves. Plant cells, photosynthesis, correct. Animal, food, okay, correct. Three differences between plant and animal cells. Cell wall, Chloroplast. Give me the third one. Central vacuole. All right. Okay. Will be ending the discussion for today. Any questions? Do we have any questions? Do not feel ashamed to ask questions. We have any questions? All right. Well, what you will do in your packet, you have a reflection sheet where you will write and reflect on what you learned today, what you understood about the lesson, what you did not understand about the lesson, and what you would like more information on, more in-depth discussion on. All right? Everybody got it? Everybody understand? Are there any questions? No questions? You will continue this until the bell rings, which you have about 7 minutes before the bell ring. You may begin. This is reflection. Reflection of what you learned today and what you understood and did not understand about the lesson. All right? If you have questions, please raise your hand so we can discuss it. All right? Okay. Should be writing. Michelle, you have a question? All right, you have 5 minutes before the bell. You should continue writing. When the bell rings, pass all papers to the front of each row and leave the papers on the front desk of each row. And you may be dismissed.